Hello Internet, my name is Vedra and welcome back to my monthly development update video for the False World. Let me start off by notifying you guys that this video will be a little bit on the shorter side for a number of different reasons. The first one being that February was on the shorter side, and also I did a fair bit of procrastination, but I have been doing quite a bit of work, and a lot of this work is not going to be very visible. So let's go ahead and show you what I've been working on. So I was working on implementing location upgrading when I got distracted by an idea on how to massively improve city management. Where before, if you wanted to construct any buildings, you would have to come over to these signposts and individually construct buildings. Same for managing the workers assigned to that building or the inventory stored at that building. And the NPC here in the middle really wasn't useful for much more than getting an overview of the location. And also you had to go through a lot of different dialogue systems, some of which were rather clunky, and you had to do this to do anything for managing your city. As I mentioned, I've been working to... I got distracted by how I could improve that, and let me show you what I've got. So when you come up to them and press F to interact, instead of going through a dialogue, you get this neat window. By default, the first tab that you'll see is the overview, telling you who controls it, the nation that it's related to, the value, upkeep, and on and on. What I've been spending most of my time on is here in the Tiles tab. As you can see, we've got this interesting top-down view of the location, and of course we can pan through. I got it to keep the view within the bounds of the city. So if it's landing on a tile, then it'll go through. But as you can see where we've got this gap here, the camera won't go down. And this is being controlled with the WASD keys. But if we go over here where there are tiles, we can go down. But also, this is how you'll be managing your buildings within the city. So as we can see, we've got a bunch of empty tiles here. I'll go ahead and click on this one here, and this brings up our building construction menu. This is probably going to undergo some drastic changes, but for the time being, we'll go ahead and select a house, for example. And as you can see, the fences went up, the icon here changed, and this is still very much a work in progress. It was kind of thrown together in probably the last week, maybe week and a half. So there's still a lot of work left to do. Claudia, the artist, threw together a bunch of the icons here for the different buildings and building stages that we've got. Of course, we've got the plus icon for constructing a building, this diamond here for buildings that are under construction. Let me go ahead and show you guys some of the others real quick here. So we've got, and let me go ahead and pause that replay so it doesn't change it back. It's set up so that this cover thing will check the associated tile and update these smaller icons depending on what building is constructed there. So if another player is also interacting with the managing the location and they construct a building, that it'll be reflected for other players as well. So I've just paused playback so that I can show you guys these icons. Oh, it doesn't want to update. Okay, well, I suppose I can just go ahead and grab some resources. There we go. Now, of course, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of work that still has to be done. Like, for instance, adding resources to these locations that are still under construction. And managing their inventory. So, there we go, we've got the house constructed there. And as we can see here, we've got a nice little house icon. We've got icons for the carpentry building, the granary, as well as the stonemason, which covers all of the currently implemented and buildable, or constructible buildings. Over the coming month or two, I will be working to improve and expand this system so that you can do other management things like location permissions or marking the location as up for sale. This tiles tab will also be where you will add expansion tiles. So, for example, if I wanted to place a tile here, then there would be a button over here that would check to see if the city can manage or can handle additional expansions, or if there's the expansion item in an inventory and available to be used. Then, like I say, there will be a button here. I'll probably make this window as a whole larger, just so that there'll be more room for features and interactions. So that just about does it. Like I say, this one was a pretty quick video. So, until next time, be good.